on the second habit, begin with the end in mind.
So that is like the sweet spot for me.
It is.
Yeah, no, that part, that habit is
Begin
crucial.
with the end in mind.
Yes.
It says begin with the end in mind is to begin today with the image, picture, paradigm of the end of your life as your frame of reference or criterion by which everything else is examined. Every other thing that you're going to be doing from here is based on the picture
Yeah.
of the end in mind.
Yes.
I'm even surprised we didn't talk. Is this where he talked about picturing yourself being in your own funeral?
Powerful. That's it. Basically, that's what he started the habit with.
Which the entire
Begin with the head in mind.
beginning with the end
Yeah,
in
that's where
mind.
he talks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where he talks
As in,
about it.
He said you should imagine that
Yeah.
you found yourself in a particular place and different people are called out to
Talk about the person in the funeral.
The person
And the person was
in
you.
the casket.
Yeah.
And if you were the one to talk about yourselves, yeah, as in you open the casket and you find yourself there,
Yeah.
you get
And people were there talking, what would you want to
what
be
would
said
you
about
want
you?
to be said about you.
So it's more like having a perspective of the kind of life you would want to have lived. And knowing it, you start living it from now.
From now.
Yes. And for instance, I think it's one of the major things that even got me into coaching and all. And I work with people, and the major challenge is people struggle with clarity, what they want their life to embody, what they want their life to represent. You know, it's a struggle. We don't take the time to explore that. For instance, you want to be somebody seen as a trustworthy person, for instance. You have to be deliberately working every day to imbibe that character. That means you have to be stretching yourself to ensure that everything you are doing shows that.
Okay, you may hold that thought. That's
Okay.
very, very important because something just hits me now.
Okay.
As in hearing you right now, I just realized that it is very easy for someone to have created a picture
Yes.
of himself in the future.
Yes.
A lot of times people will create a picture of who they are relative to I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a famous person.
They tag themselves.
Right?
In-
And beyond that, this book actually talks about you also
The innermost person, the
paying
character.
attention to the character.
Yes.
Oh, the character.
The character.
As in that you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You're a particular. I think that's where it actually.
The character.
That's where, and those are the things he focused on in the beginning of the book.
Yeah.
Did it
That's what he
fit to-
wanted to hit.
That's what he
The
wanted to
character comes first before every other thing. The character first.
So if you're going to be,
You could be a doctor, you could be anybody, but who are you first before you are a doctor? You understand? Are you a trustworthy doctor? Are you a doctor of integrity? Are you a doctor who cares? The character first. Who are you first before you start looking, oh, I want to be a successful entrepreneur and all that? Because he said that character is going to have a major impact in all those things you think.
So and you can apply this to every aspect of your life, like your marriage. If you start with the end,
Very important.
You have a picture of what your marriage is supposed to look like. So
My brother,
you come here
highly, you are keep on saying, preach. My wife has read it. Like she had to. I have a mastermind. She came into it and she had to read it. And we had to create a family mission statement. In marriage, some of the challenges most times is couples don't have a picture of what they want their marriage to look like. Because when you have that, when you are having misunderstanding and you are looking at that picture, that this is what we want, and you agree on that picture, it affects the way you people are even arguing. Because people want to.
You're supposed to argue and find yourself
towards
at that end.
yes.
People just
But when there's no model, there's nothing. Ego takes over. Like somebody can get, and that's why at the end of the day, it just breaks out. People are not, will I say, they are not able to handle even when things get a little bit difficult. Why? Because They have not gotten to that point where there is the synergy of saying we want to create the best marriage experience. Not that we won't have challenges, but I believe we can make it to that place.
So what makes that happen is that you're conscious,
Deliberate.
you're deliberate and conscious of the end.
You know, you like talking about being deliberate,
I love being,
but that's
it. I talk a lot about being deliberate.
So that's it.
Because one of the biggest challenges
drifting
is drifting. As if you're just drifting, anything goes.
Yes.
So, and as it is with character, is also a challenge with what you even become in terms of occupation.
Yes,
and all
yes,
that.
yes. You just drift into an occupation.
This business is good today.
You just continue. Society says
not in the picture. It's not in the overall picture.
Yes, and it's not something you don't really like it. You probably are just doing it because it's a trend. The money
is
for that time. Yeah.
Or maybe it's even interesting, but it's still not in the picture.
It's
still not in the
picture. Yeah. It's not something you're really passionate about.
So there's a quote. It says, "It's incredibly easy to get caught up in an activity, activity trap, in the busyness of life.
Yes.
To work harder and harder at climbing the ladder of success, only to discover it's leaning against the wrong wall. It is possible to be busy, very busy, without being effective." Oh my goodness. Were we going to forget, were we going to leave this out?
No, why would we? How
efficiency
and effectiveness. we couldn't.
No, we're not supposed to be laughing. No, come on. Okay, now this particular issue, effectiveness.
I'm laughing because I've been there.
What exactly? Okay, just talk about yourself. What happened to you?
We all get to that point where we're just hustling, we're just chasing, we're just trying to make the money. We're just every day you're just waking up, going to that job, being busy. You look at your timeline, Facebook and all, you see people are busy, you too, you're being busy. Just when you come back home, sometimes there is this thought, where is this leading to? What am I even doing with my life? Now, This is some of the major things I deal with when I deal with leaders, because most times, they're successful, but then there is that part where they feel empty at some point. Wow. What was it all about?
Somebody has done so much.
Yeah,
in fact, you're seeing him from outside and you're considering him a success.
Yes!
And you think he should be happy and satisfied with his life. But the thing is, there's an emptiness.
Yeah.
With all that he has.
Yeah, it's not meaningful.
It's not meaningful.
It's not meaningful inside. It's not meaningful. And that's the part where we have to go inwards and be able to recognize what is most important for us.
Most important.
Yes.
And that is, and it has to take you to you have to go to the end.
Yes.
And
walk it back.
What that is.
Yes.
And then you begin to play it backward.
Yes.
So, please, I'd like you to talk about that efficiency.
Okay.
Versus
effectiveness.
It is very, very important.
Okay, so I think there is a quote where he said, where he talked about Warren Bennis and Peter Drucker. I think he acknowledged them with that quote, where they said, leadership, I'll use this quote and I'll explain. Leadership is doing the right thing, while management is doing things right. So
I remember that.
Yeah. So effectiveness basically is leadership. Effectiveness is doing the right thing. The choice of aligning your actions to the right thing first.
Because that's where you talked about leaning the ladder on
the right wall. Exactly. So efficiency is doing it the right way, the systems, the techniques and all that. But first of all, are you even on the right wall? Are you doing the right thing? So leadership is effectiveness. Management is efficiency. But we get it all wrong in society where we just assume the manager is leader and all. The leader determines the vision. That is the choice of the right wall. Where are we going to? Management ensures that we do everything right going there. That's efficiency. Management is measured in efficiency. Management measures things. The financial statements, the productivity level and all. That's management. Leadership is saying, are we getting the results based on where we're going to? What are we trying to achieve in going to this place? So that's effectiveness, and that's what you're talking about too. Effectiveness first.
That's why the effectiveness is
Yes,
the most important.
it's more
You know why
important.
this is very disturbing? As it is very disturbing when you realize that a lot of people are doing
Efficiency.
they are doing things right. As in, they know how to do everything right.
But they are
know
not-
how
yeah.
to drive the car. They know how to write the letter, but they are probably not writing the letter to the right person. They're probably not writing the right letter in the
Yes,
first place.
some people, some people are probably good in a lot of skills, but they have not believed themselves to be able to be doing that thing. They have not, will I say, with the right vision, for instance. You probably would imagine that, okay, you go to a wedding and somebody is good in photography and all, but there's a guy that is charging ₦1 million in the same photography. Not that this guy isn't good, but this guy has channeled himself in the right, with a vision, understanding the value of what he brings to the table. But this guy is probably doing it as a meal ticket, kind of. So he has not been able to. So they're efficient, but that guy is effective more. I'm just trying to. Now there's a particular example he gave, which was deep for me. He gave an example of the Titanic. He said,
Yeah, I remember.
yeah, he talked about the Titanic going to hit an iceberg. Now, leadership is to determine where the ship is going to. Now, if the ship is going to hit the iceberg, what different or what good does it make that everything is neat inside the ship, the whole chairs are arranged, the people are getting good services in their room, but meanwhile the ship is going
in the wrong direction.
So that is leaning the ladder against the right
Okay,
wall.
let's not waste so much time
On
because
that.
actually happens to be one of the most
It's
important
huge.
parts.
Yeah,
This
it's
one
huge.
makes this book one of the most interesting books.
Yeah.
For me, as in one of the most interesting part of this book. As in
It's a major
where
tool for me.
They are so efficient at doing what you are doing. Meanwhile, it's taking you in the wrong direction. I think it's a very, very remarkable observation.
Yeah.